All right, let's discuss more about mind. We discuss already about that mind is relative. Mind basic nature is attachment, and we talked about brain. Uh, we talked about senses. Today we're gonna discuss about the food of mind. Like every human body, or you can say that every living being in this world depends upon another living being. Like animals, they eat another animals. The some animals they live on plants or grains or a grass. Same thing, human being dep- is living upon the grains, plants as well as the animals. This is the nature of the God. That's the how the phenomena of nature works. So, like all the human body eats food like grains, water, drink water, milk, or anything. Same thing, like body consume food. Same way, the mind needs foods too. Without food, mind cannot work. It needs to survive on something. Alright, we know that mind is directly proportional to my brain. It depends upon brain, and brain depends upon the human senses. Alright, so okay, the brain depends on the senses, and the senses depend upon the gross body. Gross body get the food, but still the mind needs a fuel. Like for example, a car has an engine, but that engine, the car, depends upon the engine, and the engine depends upon the piston and whatever the tools in, inside the engine. But without gas, engine cannot be started. So same way the minds needs a fuel too, like an engine, and the car is gonna depend upon the food, how much food engine is getting. If you accelerate the gas, the engine will start more fiercely, like engine will accelerate too. The car will run faster. The same way, the mind get more food, it will accelerate faster. So what is the food of a mind? Where it grows? How the mind consume the food? My dear friends, like the fruits grow on a tree, same way the desires. This is the key food of the mind. The desires grows on the surrounding environment. For example, my environment is I go to the college or I go to the office, and whatever the colleagues I have in the office, then I come back at my home. My family members is my environment. Then I go to the club in the evening. The club members or the friends is my environment. Sometimes I go to the fam relatives. Those are my environment. Sometime I go to see the match, soccer match, wherever the fans are my environment. Sometime I watch TV, sometime I listen music. This is all my environment. This is my daily environment. So from that environment, whatever the discussion, whatever I get through the senses, from the eyes, from the ear, from the nose, from the taste, if I eat food in a restaurant, or from the feeling or the touch, whatever I get through the environment or from the environment through the senses processes by the brain to the mind, whatever I get, this is called desires. And whatever the environment I am into, that makes a perfect subject for me. So subject is a tree. That is, environment makes a subject. From that subject, the desires, like a fruit on a tree, so desires comes on a subject, and that fruit that desires is eaten by the senses through the brain and goes to the mind. That is the fuel of the mind. So desires are the fuel of the mind. Without desires, mind cannot be run. No desires means no mind. So when there is no mind, that means you are in a sleep state. You know that. Everybody know that when you sleep, there is no mind. So when the mind stops, that means you are in a body level, at a present moment. But you cannot stop mind. It's very hard to stop. Yeah, for a temporary, mind that never stop. Only thing is your consciousness change. I will give an example why mind cannot be stopped. Same before that, like we consume food. All human beings consume food. What happen is some of that food is utilized in blood. Whatever the extra food we ate, we put that food in a form of fat in a storage house. Whatever the fat we deposit in our body is our storage house. This is an extra food. So no human being can die in 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Because why? In emergency, this is a nature that human body is going to consume its own fat. Same way, the mind consume some of the desires right away and perform actions through the body, and some desires, if the mind cannot perform, it put in the memory, and whenever it's required, it takes from the memory in future. Like uh, if some people have same routine, same physical actions every day, same environment, with the same environment the subject is same. When the subject is same, there is no new desires, there is no new fruits growing on the tree. So what will happen is then mind takes the old desires, whatever in the storage house or in the memory, and start eating. So you are doing action, that actions actually the brain put in an automatic system, in a pilot system. The brain is so perfect, if you repeat some actions, it makes a habit. You don't need a mind for that, or concentration of the mind for those actions. The brain is capable itself through functional mind. So the mind start taking from the memory the old desires and start eating, start thinking about it. So I will give this process actually a single thought process and multiple thought process. You will understand better what is the relationship between single thought process and multiple thought process. uh, this way we know that how the mind and the body has a relationship. Hari Om.